Hey warrior, every morning you wake up on a battlefield, but the enemy isn't the world, it's your own mind. Before the sun even rises, your thoughts start pulling you in every direction. Worry about yesterday, pressure from today, and fear of tomorrow. You scroll through your phone, and already, comparison poisons your peace. Your mind is under attack before your day has even begun. But Stoicism teaches something powerful. You don't have to start your mornings as a victim. You can wake up as a warrior. You can build a mind that doesn't crumble under stress, that doesn't react to chaos, that doesn't need the world to be calm in order to stay calm. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the core of Stoicism. Mental strength, clarity, and discipline, built through daily practice. You see, the morning isn't just another part of your day. It's the forge where your mindset is shaped. What you do in that first hour determines how strong, centered, and unshakable you'll be for the rest of the day. And that's why this video isn't just motivation. It's mental training. Because the truth is, you can't control the economy, the weather, or the people who test your patience. But you can control your focus, your response, your energy. You can train your mind every single morning, just like a warrior trains before battle. Marcus, Epictetus, Seneca, they weren't just philosophers, they were mental soldiers. They faced loss, betrayal, failure, pain, and yet their minds stayed steady like mountains. And that's what we'll learn to do here, step by step. So today, we go beyond empty quotes or shallow motivation. We go deep into the ancient discipline that built unbreakable men. We'll uncover 7 Stoic lessons to rebuild your mind every morning. Lessons that will help you let go of the past, focus on what matters, master your emotions, and build a mind that no one can shake. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear morning system, not a routine of tasks, but a ritual of power, a way to step into every day with strength, direction, and calm. Because when your mind is strong, the world bends to your command. When your mind is weak, even the smallest challenge breaks you. So ask yourself, how do you want to begin your mornings? As a worrier or as a warrior? Let's begin. Let's unlock the 7 Stoic lessons to build your mind every morning and make it unbreakable. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I control my mornings. I control my mind. Number 1, throw away yesterday's garbage. Every morning when you open your eyes, your mind wakes up before your body does. Thoughts from yesterday start flooding in. That argument you had, the thing you didn't finish, the person who disappointed you, the moment you failed to control your reaction. You carry all that like invisible weight. That's why so many people wake up already tired, not from lack of sleep, but from emotional leftovers. The Stoics taught that if you don't clear your mental table every morning, you'll never have space to think clearly. You can't start a new chapter if you're still rereading the old one. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. The things that happened yesterday are already written. You can't change them, but you can decide how they will live in your memory. Will they weaken you, or will they teach you something? Every morning, make it your first job to clean out the useless thoughts. Ask yourself, what is still sitting in my mind that doesn't belong to today? It might be guilt, it might be shame, it might be frustration. Whatever it is, you must release it before the day starts. You can do this in a very real way. When you wake up, sit quietly for a moment. Take a deep breath and imagine placing every negative thought into a box and closing it for good. Say to yourself, yesterday has nothing new to tell me. Then focus on one thing you can control right now. Your effort, your focus, your attitude. That's where your real power is. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every morning before running an empire. He faced betrayal, war, and loss. Yet he reminded himself that no memory from yesterday could control how he showed up today. He understood that leadership begins with mental clarity. You don't need to be an emperor to live this way. You just need to take command of your mornings. The truth is simple. Yesterday is heavy only if you choose to carry it. The strongest minds know when to drop the weight. Every day gives you a new chance to rebuild, but you can't rebuild on a floor covered in yesterday's garbage. Throw it away. Let it go. Step into your day with light shoulders and a focused heart. Remember what Seneca said. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yesterday ended. Let it stay that way. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. Yesterday is over. I start clean. Number 2, check your foundation. Your morning sets the tone for the entire day, but most people wake up and drift without purpose. They react to notifications, urgent messages, and the endless demands of others without first understanding their own priorities. The Stoics knew that to face the chaos of life, you must begin by examining your own ground. Marcus Aurelius would start each day by reminding himself of his principles and what he needed to accomplish, not for recognition or reward, but to live with integrity. He understood that a weak foundation in the mind makes even the smallest problem feel overwhelming. Before you engage with the world, you need to ask yourself, what matters today? What will distract me if I allow it? Where can I improve without wasting time on what cannot be changed? These are not abstract questions. They are practical tools. Writing them down or repeating them aloud focuses your attention and creates a clear structure in your mind. When you know your core values and objectives, external events cannot sway you. You act intentionally instead of reacting blindly. Seneca said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Without a foundation, you scatter your energy across trivialities and lose control of your life. Checking your foundation every morning ensures that your energy is directed at what counts. A strong foundation is also about boundaries. Identify what you will accept and what you will not. If you compromise on your principles because of convenience or fear, you weaken your mind before the day has even started. Each morning, remind yourself of the standards that define you: honesty, discipline, patience, courage. When challenges arise, your foundation allows you to respond with strength rather than confusion. Even when faced with provocation, failure, or unexpected obstacles, your actions remain aligned with your values. Checking your foundation is about clarity, not rigidity. It's about understanding your goals, recognizing threats to your focus, and committing to improvements that actually matter. It's a simple practice with enormous power. Marcus Aurelius lived each day with this awareness, allowing him to govern an empire with calm strength and unwavering discipline. You can do the same, even without an empire, because your mind is the only territory you truly control. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I start each day with clarity. Number 3, decide what you will not break. Every morning presents choices that test who you are. You will face distractions, pressures, and temptations that try to pull you off balance before your day even begins. Most people let these forces decide their mood, actions, and focus. The Stoics teach a different way. Define your non-negotiable before anything else. Decide what in your life and mind will remain intact, no matter what happens. Cato the Younger refused to compromise his principles, even when the entire power of Rome tried to sway him. He chose the values and boundaries that could never be taken from him. That is mental strength, knowing in advance what you will not surrender. Start your morning by identifying 1 or 2 things that cannot be broken. It could be patience when people provoke you, honesty when shortcuts appear convenient, focus when the day becomes chaotic, or calm when problems arise. Most people wake up and react to life, letting minor frustrations control them. But when you define your limits first, You can navigate challenges without losing yourself. You are no longer a passenger in your day. You are the driver. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is practical advice. Decide what matters most, and let that guide every action. If your focus is untouchable, you don't scroll endlessly or get lost in gossip. If your patience is sacred, you don't respond with anger to a rude comment. When you know what cannot be compromised, every problem becomes manageable. Your mind is protected because you've built walls around the essentials before life tries to knock them down. Take a simple action today. Write down your unbreakable standards. Repeat them aloud. Use them as your guide when unexpected situations appear. You don't need motivation to resist distractions. You need clarity on what matters. Every day, life will test you. But when you start with clear boundaries, you meet those tests without losing control. Strength is built in the small decisions before chaos hits. Every morning, decide what you will not give away, what you will not let change, and what defines who you are. That is how your mind becomes unshakable. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I protect what matters most. Number 4. Clear the junk first. Your mind is your most important tool, and every morning it can either be sharpened or dulled depending on what you allow inside. Most people reach for their phone the moment they wake up, opening a floodgate of notifications, emails, and social media updates. Before you've even had a chance to think clearly, your attention is hijacked by other people's problems, opinions, and drama. That's why your first hour matters more than any other. The Stoics understood that mental clutter weakens you. Seneca warned, "If you don't know how to spend your time, others will spend it for you." Clearing the junk first means creating space to think without interference. Turn off distractions. Close unnecessary apps. Silence notifications. Give your mind a chance to wake up fully before feeding it noise from the outside world. You are not lazy by doing this. You are strategic. This hour of focus is a shield against the endless demands of life. When your mind is uncluttered, decisions become sharper, emotions become calmer, and your energy becomes more focused. Start by giving yourself a mental silence zone for at least 30 minutes every morning. During this time, do something that strengthens your mind instead of scattering it. Meditate, write down your priorities, read something meaningful, or reflect quietly on the day ahead. Don't scroll, don't respond to messages, don't check news feeds. Just be present with your own thoughts. Marcus Aurelius often spent mornings in reflection, considering the challenges he would face and the way he wanted to respond to them. He treated his mind like a garden, clearing weeds before planting seeds. The truth is that mental clarity is a habit. If you start your day reacting to other people's chaos, you remain on defense all day. If you start by controlling your focus, you stay on offense. You make choices deliberately instead of being pulled in 100 directions. Each morning, choose what you allow into your attention first. Protect your thinking like it's your most valuable possession, because it is. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Don't waste your mental energy before the day begins. Clear the junk, sharpen your mind, and take control of your morning. This is how powerful minds are built. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I clear my mind first. Number 5. Test yourself on purpose. True strength is forged through challenge, not comfort. Every morning you have a chance to push your limits in small but meaningful ways. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort because they knew that ease breeds weakness. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus both understood that life will test you relentlessly, and the mind that has never been tested is easily broken. If you never practice facing difficulty when it is optional, you will crumble when it becomes unavoidable. Choosing to challenge yourself intentionally builds resilience and confidence that no external event can take away. Start with small acts of discipline each morning. Take a cold shower, push through the hardest part of your workout first, or tackle the task you've been avoiding. These are not punishments, they are exercises for your mind. When you expose yourself to controlled discomfort, you learn that you can endure more than you thought possible. You discover mental toughness that extends far beyond physical challenges. Each morning, ask yourself, what will I do today that tests my strength and willpower? This simple question sets a standard that carries through the day, keeping you proactive instead of reactive. Epictetus said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Notice that he didn't say to avoid hardship. He said, to let it build you. The act of deliberately facing something uncomfortable primes your mind to handle anything. It trains patience, endurance, and self-control. Over time, these small tests compound, transforming your reactions to stress, setbacks, and chaos. You will face interruptions, criticism, and unexpected events during your day, but the mind trained through voluntary challenge does not break. It adapts and conquers. This practice also develops courage. Fear diminishes when you prove to yourself repeatedly that you can face challenges willingly. You learn that discomfort is temporary, but growth lasts forever. The morning becomes a proving ground where your focus, stamina, and determination are sharpened before the world tries to distract or weaken you. A single hour spent testing your limits today can ripple through every decision and action for the rest of your day. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Testing yourself intentionally each morning is one of the most direct ways to apply this advice. Don't wait for life to force lessons upon you. Take control and confront discomfort on purpose. Every morning that you choose challenge over ease, your mind grows stronger, sharper, and unshakable. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I grow stronger through challenge. Number 6. Inspect the damage. Every morning, the mind carries hidden cracks from yesterday. Arguments left unresolved, promises you failed to keep, moments where patience slipped, or choices made from fear rather than clarity. These small failures build up like unseen damage. If you ignore them, they grow and shape your reactions, making you weaker and more reactive without realizing it. The Stoics believed that self-examination is essential. Seneca practiced this nightly, but starting the day by reviewing your own flaws and missteps gives you a head start on controlling them. You cannot fix what you do not see, and every morning offers a clear opportunity to identify what needs repair. Begin by asking simple, honest questions. Where did I lose focus yesterday? Where did I let emotion override reason? What habits pulled me off track? These are not exercises in guilt. They are practical steps to understand your mind. When you face your weaknesses openly, you take responsibility, and responsibility is power. Most people waste energy blaming circumstances or other people for their stress. A Stoic starts the day by looking inward, understanding what truly caused the friction, and deciding how to prevent it from repeating. This is how mental strength is maintained day after day. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always rise if you will always look." Begin each morning by identifying one or two areas that need attention. Maybe you lost patience with a coworker, avoided a difficult conversation, or wasted energy worrying about things outside your control. Recognizing these patterns is not weakness, it is preparation. Once you know the points of damage, you can plan your response for today. You can strengthen your patience, confront challenges calmly, and make choices aligned with your principles instead of your impulses. This practice also builds self-awareness. The more clearly you understand your tendencies, the less others can manipulate your thoughts or actions. You learn which triggers weaken you and which habits strengthen you. Over time, this daily inspection becomes a shield, protecting your mind from unnecessary stress and emotional erosion. Small corrections each morning prevent larger failures later in the day. Epictetus said, "Self-discipline is freedom." Inspecting your own mind first thing each morning is the most direct way to exercise discipline. Face your weak spots, acknowledge them, and plan to strengthen them. Every day becomes an opportunity to repair, improve, and grow stronger before the world even begins to test you. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I see my flaws and fix them. Number 7. Build something that. Every morning presents a choice. Will you spend your energy on fleeting pleasure, or will you invest it in something meaningful that lasts? Most people drift through life chasing instant satisfaction, scrolling, buying, seeking validation, and wake up months later realizing nothing has grown. The Stoics teach a different path. Focus on actions that create enduring value. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, what you do now echoes in eternity. Every decision, every effort, every thought has the power to contribute to something greater than yourself if you choose wisely. Start by asking, what am I building today that will matter tomorrow? This doesn't mean every task is monumental. It means aligning your actions with long-term purpose. Writing a skill, nurturing a habit, helping someone meaningfully, or practicing discipline in small ways. These are the bricks of a lasting life. When you prioritize what endures over what is convenient, your energy becomes focused and your mornings gain weight and direction. You stop drifting and start creating. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." True wealth comes not from possessions, but from legacy. Your mornings are the foundation of that wealth. Invest in knowledge, in habits, in resilience, in relationships that matter. Each deliberate choice compounds over time. A single hour spent improving your skills, your mind, or your character today grows into decades of strength and freedom tomorrow. Building something that lasts also protects you from regret. Most people wake up reacting to life instead of shaping it. By choosing one meaningful action each morning, you reclaim control. You give yourself a direction that no random event can steal. This habit transforms ordinary mornings into powerful rituals that shape who you are and who you will become. Marcus Aurelius lived this principle in every decision. He ruled an empire, faced betrayal, loss, and uncertainty, yet focused on leaving a legacy of wisdom, discipline, and calm. You don't need an empire to apply the same lesson. Each day offers a chance to construct your own lasting impact. Even small, consistent acts, showing kindness, keeping promises, mastering a skill, or controlling your mind, accumulate into something unshakable. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Every morning, take one action that builds a part of yourself that lasts beyond today. Focus on endurance, purpose, and meaning. Build with intent. Your mornings are your blueprint for a legacy that cannot be destroyed. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I create what endures. You've learned the 7 Stoic lessons to rebuild your mind every morning. Throw away yesterday's garbage, check your foundation, decide what you will not break, clear the junk first, test yourself on purpose, inspect the damage daily, and build something that lasts. Each of these steps is simple, but their impact is profound. They give you control over your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions before the world even begins to demand them. Tomorrow morning, you will wake up again on the battlefield. The world will throw distractions, frustrations, and challenges at you. The question is, will you wake up weak, reacting to everything around you, or will you wake up stoic, calm, focused, and unshakable? The choice is yours. Start your mornings with purpose, discipline, and clarity, and your day will follow the same path. If this video rebuilt your focus or gave you strength, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs mental power, and subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just talk about strength. We build warriors of the mind. Remember, every morning is your opportunity to shape a stronger, smarter, and unbreakable version of yourself. Own it. Live it. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I wake up strong and unshakable.